And God raised us up with Christ and seated us with him in the heavenly realms in Christ Jesus. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 6. Hello and welcome again with me on another episode of the Essentials of Life by May. How have you all been? If you remember the episode 3 we did, our discussion was based on who did God created you to be. So, however, on this episode, I want us to look into how to live in light of your identity in Christ. In the 9th century, King Alfred the Great saved England from conquest by the Danish. And at one point during his war with the Danes, Alfred was forced to seek refuge in the hut of a poor Saxon family. Because very few people actually knew what the king looked like in those days, and the family didn't even recognize their visitors as the king. So the woman of the house left and asked Alfred to keep an eye on her cakes that were baking. And guess what? Alfred had many other things on his mind, and he didn't notice the cakes were burning. So upon her return to the home, the lady unknowingly gave her king a hearty scolding. So now, of course, no one in their right mind would scold their own king. But in a case like this, where the true identity is concealed, the king will be treated no better than a commoner. Too often, believers conceal their identities in Christ to the point where they look no different than the world around them. They even act like those of the world. They talk like them and share their attitude as well. But as Christians, remember we are called to a higher level of living out of our new identity as children of the King. So, don't be content with living like the world. Put yourself on a higher plane of living because of your identity in Christ. And also, ask God to show you what it looks like for you to live as his child in the world, not of the world. So here is a question for thought. And I ask, why do you think it's tempting for many Christians to continue living as those in the world today? Someone was to ask non-Christians around you that what's different about how you live your life from how they live theirs. What do you think they would say? Well, this is how far we can go on this episode. And I want to say thank you so much for listening again, for tuning in again. Remember, you are a true identity of yourself. So far, you were created by God the Almighty in His image. So a simple phrase is that your identity is definitely in Christ alone. So all you need to do is simply to identify it. Until next time on this same business, I want to wish you a quick recognition of yourself in Christ Jesus. And stay blessed. Remember, you are loved by Him. You are created by Him. He created you in His image. Shalom.